Welcome to Cardinal Coach's Corner. Our guest this week is Greg Heiar, the men's basketball coach here at Trinity Valley Community College, whose Cardinals last year went 34-3 and won the NJCAA National Championship, the first in school history. The Cardinals are currently ranked number 7. They're 15-3 overall and 8-2 in conference play, and they're coming off a 93-72 win over Paris Monday afternoon. Well, Greg, let's go to Monday's win. Zadie Labaki went for 29, and you had some key performances off the bench. Talk about that game in general.
That was a big game for us. We needed to, coming back to historic Cardinal Gym, coming off a road loss. Actually, 2 out of our last 3, and we lost our last home game as well. So it was a big game. And, when it's a big game, big-time players play big in big-time games.
Right.
And Z played his tail off. He gave it everything he got.
Both ends of the floor.
Both ends of the court. Yeah, I thought him and, MJ, just the way he leads he's really been really, really good. And then the production off the bench, I went early to the bench and Day Mercer, and he really came in and sparked us. And Dee came off the bench and did some really, really good things. And then Xavier Ferguson also came in, and those are 3 freshmen that have, just continued to work and are waiting their opportunity. And when they got their opportunity, they made the most of their opportunity, and they really sparked our team.
They really did, and that can pay dividends down the line too.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I mean, you think about last year's team. Braylon was that guy last year for us that
came off the bench,
and Traylon Green was like that. He just brought that energy, and whether it was 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, his minutes were important because of it didn't even had nothing to do with nothing but his vibe, his energy, his enthusiasm, his competitive fire.
Right.
And I thought those 3 brought that fire, that competitiveness off the bench, and it's a bright sign for the future moving forward. And I know we got some guys over there that are ready to produce when their name is called.
Well, and that's what we were saying on the webcast last night, was it made it seem like minutes these kids are getting, but these minutes are big for these kids because they know that they see that as their opportunity.
Yes, and every minute, every play is big. As a team that has a big X on your back, and you're every team's Super Bowl, and everybody wants to beat your brains in, and you feel it, and it's great for sports. It's great I love it because you got to be ready to play every single night, and if you're not, then the end result isn't what we want.
You lost 2 or 3 going into last night's game, as you mentioned. What does a coach learn about his team during times of adversity, and what did you learn about your team?
Well, I knew it wasn't physical. We have all the physical abilities on this team. I felt it was mental. So Sunday, we probably had a 2.5, 3 hour meeting in the locker room where every coach, every player had to, there was 3 H's. It was their history up to this point, their heroes, who their heroes were in their life, a heartbreak or heartbreakers that have happened to them in their life, and then their hopes. What is your hopes, for yourself, for our team? And it was an intense 3 hours. It was something that I don't know, the good Lord just put upon me to do, and there was tears of joy, and there was, it was really a powerful 3 hour meeting, and I learned a lot about them. They learned a lot about me. We learned a lot about each other, and I feel like we're a tighter knit group because of it, and things were said in there that nobody knew about each other that were powerful, and that yesterday I saw it show up in our enthusiasm. I saw it show up in our game prep. I saw it show up on the court. I saw it show up in our high fives and our just controllables. Sometimes, I could have went out there and been mad and put them on the hill and ran them and ran them 62s and made it the most competitive, ridiculous, difficult practice.
Right.
But it wasn't about physical. This isn't about physical with this group at this point. It is more about mental. And sometimes what's inside the mind, obviously has a lot to do with how the body reacts and what the body does.
Had you ever done that with a team before?
Never.
Really?
I mean, I've had some team meetings where, everyone talks about the team and what we need to do or what we're not doing or
this made it personal, though, right?
Yeah,
and they gave the kids a chance to connect.
And that's where I feel like we need to that's our next step is these are wonderful young men, high character guys. After the meeting, I just went home to my wife. I'm like, man, I got special kids. They are high character, and the things that were said in there, and you realize that a lot of them had a struggle growing up. A lot of them haven't been playing basketball as long as maybe you anticipate,
right.
And you understand. Oh, this makes sense. Why maybe he needs me in this area or needs us in this area a little bit more than so and so. When you just listen. You can learn a lot by just listening to everybody, and
I can tell you your reaction to how it touched you. Actually, you can see that in you right now.
Oh, it totally changed my whole outlook on this team. When you lose 2 out of 3, you feel like the world's falling apart.
And yet there's not a school anywhere that wouldn't trade places with you right now. I mean, as far as your record goes and what we're accomplishing on the court.
Well,
it just feels like the world's crashing in.
Yeah, it feels like it's crashing in, and then you listen to the student athletes and my coaches talk about their heroes and their history and their hopes.
And I'm kind of curious.
Their heartbreaks, like you everyone's got different heartbreaks.
The heroes. I'm kind of curious. Who were they? I mean, were they
their parents? Like I told them, I started it off, and my heroes are my parents, my mom and dad. They taught me what hard work was all about as a young kid. They taught me about people skills and how to be good to people and how you want to treat others, how you want to be treated, and their old school approach. And, also Michael Jordan was a hero of mine because I grew up 3 hours from Chicago, and we had Sports Channel. We could watch every one of his games. We tried to keep it 4 or 5 sentences for each one and move on to the next guy, and everybody clapped for everybody. And, you had heroes from coaches, parents,
Was there any hero that surprised you that you heard?
A hero I won't say any names, but a couple of them said I was their hero, and it just made me tear up because, that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, that is.
And they said I changed their life since they've been here. When I heard that'll put things in a different perspective for you.
Right.
That someone thinks that way of you.
Yeah, we could talk about this all day because I'm just fascinated by it. But let's move on a little bit. Saturday, you got some business to take care of. You got to take the road trip down to Baytown, weather permitting, to take on Lee College. What are your thoughts about Lee College? They're always going to be well coached and very talented.
Yeah, Coach Wade's a great coach. His intensity, they play with his passion and his intensity and his toughness. He's got a very athletic team, a defensive-minded team, a tough team, some good athletes, some very good offensive players. They're very good on the glass. They can play multiple styles. to win. And I have nothing but respect for Coach Wade and his program. And I know it's going to be a dogfight, another road game in this region. Which I mean, they're all tough.
The margins in this area between the teams are very, very narrow, aren't they?
Yes. The margin of errors definitely are getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And you know what? That's competition, and that's what it's all about.
It's Region 14.
Yeah, that's why you want to play in a great region. And I mean, I love this 22 game home and away schedule. It's like the big time. I mean, that's what the SEC, that's the Big Ten. You got to play a lot of conference games, and you got to go on the road, and they got to come to your house, and you find out who the true champion is of the league.
Well, you do, and we saw last year 3 teams go to the national tournament, and all make it to the Elite Eight, and 2 making it to the Final Four.
Yes, and I think that speaks volume for the competition in our league. And when you got to Hutch, there was 3 or 4, maybe 5 other teams in our league that could have won a game out there. Depending on their seed and their draw, they could have won a game out there. So, you got to lock in, and you got to focus, and you got to take it one game, one play, next play, and that can sound cliche, but it's real.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna give you a magic wand, and you could wave it right now. What would you change about your team? I mean, you're 15-3. Listen, you're not just.
I get to wave the magic wand, Benny.
Well, do it.
The magic wand is telling me, I wouldn't say change. I would say improve our ability to think and play. I really, through 18 games, I feel like we still got levels to our ability to think and play, the decisions that we make on the court with the ball, our execution, both on the offensive end, our defensive execution to knowing our personnel and the scheme and the coverages, and just the think and play to knowing your job and doing your job. We got a long ways to go in that area, but we're not bad in that area.
No, and it's just January.
Yeah, it's just January, and I mean, I think that's if we're being real, if you're a really good team and you have a really good team and you have a team that has the potential to host the trophy at the end of the year, I think that's a fair thing in January that you would want to improve on.
Sure. Okay, this is your second time as a head coach to try to defend a national title. How tough is that to do, and what did you learn that first time that maybe you're doing differently this time?
Well, the first time I didn't get to defend it because after we won it, about a week later, I was a head coach at another school.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I really didn't get to.
Okay, fair enough.
So when I saw that question, Benny, that's when I took both stat sheets, last year's stats and this year's stats, because I was like, I've never done this before, and it's hard. It's hard. The way teams play against us, the way they prepare for us, it's something new to me. And so I took last year's, just this morning, I took last year's last year through 37 games, and this year through 18 games. And they are almost identical. Maybe a point, maybe a percentage point here or there. Last year's team was, they turned the ball over 10 times a game. This year's team turns, or 10.5. This year's team turns over 11.5. Last year's team shot 31.5% from the three. This year's team shoots 32% from the three. Last year's team's defensive field goal percentage was like 35% for our opponents. This year's team is 36%. This year's team's a better rebounding team, a better offensive team. Last year's team was a little better at stealing the ball, a little better defensively. This year's team blocks more shots. But they're all like 1 point. Like,
were you surprised to see that?
I was. I really was. And so it made me think we're trending in the right direction. All you can do every day is try to prepare your team to have a chance. And then once you have a chance, you got to make the most of it. You got to seize the opportunity. Mm-hmm. So we're not as far away as maybe you would feel when you've lost 2 out of 3 and a home game. And I can't tell you the last time I lost a home game. I don't believe in losing home games. And then to lose on the road, and give both Blinn and Lamar credit. I mean, they played a great game, and 2 really good coaches and really good people.
Oh, yeah.
Too. I
Yeah,
like Schumacher. I like Lance. Lance is great too.
Yeah.
So both those guys, got to give them credit for how they had their team ready to play. But I was surprised though.
Well, before we go, we're going to finish on an upbeat here. Cardinal Gym and the atmosphere. Now that the students are back and the way the place got rocking last year, what are you expecting now as we head down the stretch?
I think we got 6 or 7 home games left. Last night you saw it with all the cheerleaders there and the band was there. I mean, our community, our faculty and staff in our community, while the students have been gone, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
No doubt.
I mean,
I've never seen anything like it here, and I'll be honest with you, I just have not.
Yeah, it was both sides. By the time it came out and support and they're cheering and they're into the game and they enjoy watching these guys and the messages that I get from the fans and has been amazing. But now we have the students back, and there's going to be a couple games where it's going to be a party in the gym. I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be, the music's going to be rocking. It's going to be hot in there. It's going to be, every seat's going to be full. And
football players are going to be on the front row over there.
Front row over there, and I'm going to be getting them pizza, and it's going to be fun. But special place. That's a historic, special gym, and this is the Village of Champions. It's like an Olympic village, and everybody supports everybody, and everybody's about everybody, and all the programs have really, really good coaches, and they got really, really high quality student athletes, and that's what makes Trinity Valley athletics just a special place.
Greg, thanks for stopping by today. We're going to catch up with you obviously before we get to the regional tournament. I just want you to know that you only been here a year and a half, really, but you're already one of my favorites. I mean, the time I get to spend with you, I just feel like I'm a better person when I'm around you.
I appreciate that, Benny. Appreciate that a lot. You just made my day. Thank you, Benny. Go Cards.
Folks, thanks for joining us on Cardinal Coach's Corner and what he said. Go Cards.